You just want to be involved, don't you? Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a tutorial on a move that I created. It's not an amazing flourish, like it's not super advanced. What are you doing? So today's tutorial is a really nice aerial move. I've decided to call it Alfresco, which is Italian for aerial. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but you know, I'm blonde, so you know, we pronounce things wrong sometimes. Now, I want to show you the Instagram that actually came up with the name. I put a video on Instagram of the move, and I was looking for a name, and this is the person that came up with the name Alfresco. Alfresco, something like that. And here it is. If my camera will be a babe and focus. Alright, here's the Instagram that came up with the name, and I did say that I would give a shout out to whoever came up with the name, and I liked it. So that was the Instagram that came up with the name, so thank you very much to whoever came up with it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a performance of what the flourish looks like, and you're going to see how easy it is, but I don't know why, I just really like it and I do it a lot. And then we'll get into the tutorial on how to do it. It's probably not going to be a really long detailed tutorial because there's not much to it. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Right, so here is the performance of what it looks like. It looks a little something like this. Just a really simple aerial move, and it looks really nice. Now, I would do just an over the shoulder tutorial, but it's going to be kind of difficult because this is an aerial move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do part of it in over the shoulder and then the rest of it the other way. Right, so let's get into the grip first. Okay, so the grip, usually a lot of people start here, which is straddle grip. Can do if you want to, if you're familiar with doing a Charlier cut. If you know the revolution cut, you'll pretty much have this down straight away. But for the people who don't know the revolution cut, I'll quickly go over it. You start in straddle grip, and then you drop about 3/4 of the packet for this aerial move. So you have about 1/4 of the packet left. You're going to put your index finger here, so on the side of this packet, and then you're going to release with everything except for these two, so the index finger and the thumb. And then you're gonna have a lot of room to kind of move it around because it's near the top. And you're going to do that until, it's hard to do in slow motion, actually a better idea, you have it like this, and then you put your ring finger here, and then you just turn it until it meets your ring finger here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let go with your thumb, and then it's going to be between these two fingers. So it will look something like this. So let me go over that again. You drop like that. Usually I just start like this because I'm quite familiar with it, but people who aren't familiar with the revolution cut or are used to doing it the correct way will prefer to do it like that. I don't know why my camera isn't focusing. There we go. So let me go over that again. You drop about 3/4 of the packet. You let go with all your fingers. You put your ring finger, just push it down like that onto that packet. And then you just keep turning until it meets here. And then you let go with your thumb. Now, sometimes what I like to do is when it's a bit too close to the top for my liking, I just push it a tiny bit so that the ring finger and the index finger are kind of in the middle, because it doesn't matter because you're not fully turning it. So what you do from here is really simple. You're just throwing it up. So you're not throwing it sideways, you're not throwing it that way, you're throwing it dead up. So when you do that, the packet should just bounce in the air, and then it should fall back onto the packet. So let me show you this again. So you break about 3/4, you put your ring finger here, turn, let go like that, and then just throw straight up. Don't throw too hard, just do a nice light toss, and it should do that. Now, depending, you kind of need to muck around with how much how much force you throw it up in the air with, because if you do it with a fair bit of force, it will spin quite a lot. And then if you do it with a nice light toss, it will spin just the once. So that's basically what you need to work on. So let me go over this again. So you take it like this, you do that grip that we talked about, you let go with everything, and then you just throw in the air, and then you drop the cards like that, because that is practice. So once again, when you have that grip down like that, and if you want it to be closer to the middle, you just push with your thumb a tiny bit. Yep, so just gently throw up into the air, and then it should land fairly flush with the deck. So it's all kind of in the arm and the wrist at the same time, so you're just doing a gentle toss with your wrist like that. And what I like about this is you can combine it into a bunch of different things, or it's based off of Erdnay's go around, so what Dan and Dave did, because I've never been able to do it properly, so I do that. And now it's really easy for me to control now that I've been familiar with it for quite a while. So now I can like throw it behind my back and onto the deck, but I've got a wall right here and I haven't got much room. So unfortunately I won't show you, but I'll probably do it in a Cardistry video or something. So one more time, you drop like this, you do this, and then you just throw it up, and then it should land in the on the deck. A lot of the time it will land like this, so you can just do anything you want. You can do that move by Oliver Sogard. I can't do it today for some reason, or you could just take these two fingers and just pull, and then do that, and then just put it at the bottom, something like that. Or you can just take and do a fan. Just do whatever you want, just to add it into a combination if you really want to. But I really hope you guys like this flourish. It's a nice simple flourish, and you know what, sometimes the simple flourishes aren't actually that bad. Some people seem to think that more advanced flourishes the better you are, but you know, if you enjoy doing it, then you know, that's all that matters. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the tutorial for this flourish, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been requested for more cardistry tutorials, so that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm sorry videos have been a bit slow recently, it's just because, you know, when you do YouTube you kind of lose a bit of motivation, but I'm back now, so hopefully I'll be bringing out some good content for 2017. So if you guys enjoyed this video or learnt this flourish, please drop a like, that would be really appreciated. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.